So sorry to say, we have a kind of a taka begging, begging practice, so that we have to be in a hurry. So we don't have much time. So in a sense, the God is just to help us to push us to go to attack us as early as possible. Okay, so today's daily calendar, Jinen Roshi is, see, how is it? This thing? This is very important. This is very important thing. Yeah. To realize who we are. Dharma is without substance. Dharma is without substance. So, as long as the Dharma is without substance, we are without substance as well. See? It's hard to understand, even in concept. We are without substance. Our true existence is without substance. It's very hard to understand, but very fortunate. Yakamuni Buddha realized this reality. See? Without substance, we are simply just acting. See? Not this one. This one is a Dharma Buddha. This one is a Dharma Buddha. The essential self, our essential self is nothing concerned with what we think of the self. That's the reason we have to do it. That's it, in order to realize who we are. Okay, Dharma is without substance. That is why it's so lively or lively. Lively. That's the reason we can just we can ask we can ask the freely or lively as we want to. Our activity is so great because nothing is just nothing will be able to intervene our activity. We are just completely free from everything. Our activity is completely free from everything. Kari-san, this much very free. This one. Without substance. Without substance. Without substance is without self. Without self. Okay. Oh, very great. Okay. That's why it's so lively or lively. That's why it's a law for freedom. See? Our activity is completely free from everything. Completely free from everything. Nothing be able to just nothing be able to just depress or praise our activity. No reversal is necessary. See? No reversal is necessary. Our activities are always one, not twice, 3 times. Always one, without reversal. See? Because our activity is nothing concerned with thinking. Yeah, as long as our activity is something concerned with thinking, we will be able to depart. We'll be able to do a reversal. Then we'll be able to repeat. We'll be able to repeat twice with an important. But we don't need to do it because our activity is nothing concerned with thinking. So always one, always one, and completed. Always once and completed. That much our the activity is complete and universal. Complete and universal. There is no need to replace anything. Very good. So, very soon. You don't need to worry about to replace anything. Always be in library. That's totally enough. Very good. See? That is Dojo. That is the essential. That is the essential thing. See? Because of no substance. Because of no substance. We are completely just free. We are completely free from everything. See? We are completely from from everything. Without any trouble, without any question. Very great. See? If our if our the activity something concerned with thinking, we have a lot of trouble. We have a lot of trouble. But our activity is nothing concerned with thinking us. So that's easy. We can just add freely or lively, lively, without any trouble. That's great. Okay, so we go back to today's text number 35. See? Transforming, transforming with ease. Transforming with ease. Sounds like a very much difficult to understand, but very easy. See? What's the Gien Roshi just wanna just teach us with take it 35, transforming with ease. See? What he just wanna just teach us is we can be a dove, the moon, or a flower, while we can transform into anything. We are perfectly capable of not being deceived by any of them. What's that? By thinking, or with thinking. It's hard to understand. But this way, we are just acting. In our daily life, when I first did, I simply become as it is. I simply transform the things I just faced. You see, when I faced it, I simply become as it is without doing anything. See? Without doing anything. See? As long as we just recognize this one as I or self, people never understand it, but this transforming. This is a perfect. So without doing, when I feel this, I simply become as it is. See? Without doing, see? Without time, without space. See? I simply become as it is. Why do I have to do? This is the main thing. This is the most important matter for us to just it's a result of people become as it is. People never understand it. Or people never have any question with this wonderful aspect. The first person who just realized this reality is a Shakyamuni Buddha. See? We can be a dog, the moon, a flower, whatever we just face through. We simply become as it is. See? People never understand this thing. This causes a problem, question, trouble. Once you just realize this reality, you never have any trouble. You see, you never have any trouble. The thing is very clear. All day long, we just do it. We are just acting this way. But people never understand it. That's a totally problem. That's the reason we have to do it very clearly. We can be a dog. The moon, or a flower, while we can transform into anything. We are perfectly capable of not being deceived by any of them. Why we don't be deceived by anything? People perfectly become as it is. The thing says nothing comes out at all. Just as it is. Just as it is. Just as it is. We never be deceived. We never be deceived. Very clear. But people never understand it. We never be deceived by anything. Because of the things is very clear. When I face this, I simply just become as it is. Nothing more. Nothing. Just as it is. Very clear. That's the reason we are perfectly capable of not being deceived by any of them. That's the reason we are always complete. That's the reason we are always complete. And this activity is complete universal activity. If you are going to transform into something, you might as well go all out. You can transform into anything as long as you don't let yourself be deceived along the way. If you're going to transform into something, you might as well go all out. But as long as you just think of this reality, you're completely deceived. You're completely deceived by thinking. See? And if you try to figure out what's the kind of a transforming happening in our daily life, if you try to understand it, you're completely deceived by thinking. Because thinking is not a reality. Reality is when I just face this, I simply become as it is. The end, nothing more there. Then you just take out the kind of memory, what we have done. But then you just try to figure out why that kind, and what's the reason that kind of things come out in our mind. It's a totally easy. We always doing. And if you are going to transform into something, you might as well go all out. You can transform into anything. Very powerful. When I feel simply become everything. The reason why is what we think. If what we think of the self exists, we never able to be done something like this. But without self, the reason is without self. That's the reason when I just as one. This is the reality of the universe. We have to become one with everything, without doing anything, without self. But people never understand because people just recognize this one as the I of self. That's the reason people never understand. That's the reason. That's the reason. We just recognize this one, see, by thinking. See? Thinking become broke or abstract to realize who we are, so that we don't need, in a sense, we don't need to thinking ourselves for a while. But simply just let it go as it is. See? Until we become one with the things we face. Otherwise you never be able to just realize who you otherwise we always as long as we just attach the thinking, we are always deceived by thinking. This is the most important thing to realize who that is the time. Okay. As long as you don't let yourself be deceived around the way, what do you do? You can transform into anything. As long as you don't let yourself be deceived around the okay. So, this is the whenever come out thinking, whenever thinking or thought come out in your mind, simply just simply let it go as it is. This is totally enough. Then eventually, the thinking or thought are completely deceived, Then what are what do you think of the essential self come out in your mind? Are you be able to realize who you are? Otherwise, it's totally impossible. Otherwise, it's a totally impossible. This is the this way, and this is the way Yakamani Buddha realized who he is. See? That's the reason we do that. And that we do this that. And then we'll be able to just realize who we are. The essential self, and the essential self is a totally different from what we think of the self. That's the reason this practice is the most valuable for us to do, or for us to have to do. Okay. Discovering the true aspect of your free self. You can fully driven by that truth. That is that. That is that. What's the other name? Whatever thinking or thought come out in our mind, if we let it go, as it is. And this is totally enough. See? You do this study all day long, all day long. They definitely, definitely, you'll be able to just encounter the essential state. Discovering the true aspect of your free self. Very much free as the Gien just teaching. Transforming with each benefit. It will become how it is just do it. Simply. So, so what do you think? What you can say? What you can? What can you say? What's reality? What's the true self is? What's the true self is? I simply become what it is. What the true self is? What's the true and what's the true self is? We simply become the things we just faced. You never be able to, oh, this is my, this is myself, this is ourselves. You never be able to say something. You simply just become, that's much people just completely misunderstanding. Our misunderstanding ourselves. But true self is nothing concerned with what we think of the self or I. Yeah, that's much our true real true self is so much tremendous. Discovering the true aspect of your free self, you can fully driven by that truth. That is another. That is another. It's fascinating to really get to know this self. This is the most valuable thing for us to realize. You'll be satisfied with, you'll be able to completely satisfied with yourself once you just realize this self. This self is the essential self. This is one's true self. This is one's true self. This is the essential self. Within our life, we have to encounter this true self. Only one chance, only one occasion. Without our life, we never be able to encounter the essential self. That's much we have to do. That's much we have to do, doesn't it? In order to encounter the essential self. Okay. It's within bound of common sense to say, you know what, don't think. You know or don't know is within thinking. As long as we are bound from this concept, we never able to just realize that's a concept. Concept is nothing reality at all. So once we just completely separate from concept, then you'll be able to just encounter the essential. This is that. This is that. Kari-san, time is up. So you're always in the library. So, but we have to go somewhere else. More, maybe not the library, but in front of the library.
Okay.
You may just come. You will come. Very,
I'll look outside for you.
it's what do you mean by that? Okay. Thank you so much. So see you next month. So,
Thank you.
meanwhile,
Thank you.
you may say as much as possible whenever you are free. Hi. Thank you so much. Okay, see you.
Thank you.